Joining us is our political editor, Andrew Clennell. Andrew, good to see you. So one of the stories that we've been following today is the divestiture plans, or at least Peter Dutton's divestiture plans, if he manages to be successful. But there's been a fair bit of criticism about it. Jeff Kennett, for one, is against it. Paul Zahra is against it, although that's hardly surprising. Is this a winner for him, do you think?
Oh, potentially. It's certainly a winner for David Littleproud. He's had another win. Is this the tail wagging the dog is the question after this in nuclear, and half the Liberal Party are against it. I mean, those reports are accurate. I reported a bit of this yesterday. Alex Hawke and a number of moderates spoke up against it, and the party room said it was anti-business. Peter Dutton basically said, we're going ahead with it anyway. So there you go. But I find the opposition's approach the last few weeks pretty confusing. Not really the sort of strict messaging we saw in, say, Tony Abbott's time. Here's some immigration policy, no detail. Here's some nuclear, no cost detail. Oh, here's some divestiture policy. Because the nuclear, we went down in the news poll after we did the nuclear.
The government's
had a lot of the government's had a lot of problems. But the opposition's starting to have some problems too.
Yeah, they are. It feels like everyone's kind of limping towards this midwinter break. I mean, so what do you put that down? Me
included, Pete.
Well, I mean, what do you put that down to? I mean, a lack of discipline, getting too cocky. Is there a bit of that?
I think they got too cocky, yeah, and then they did nuclear, and they did this hugely ambitious thing: 7 federal government-owned nuclear power plants, really. And now I think they've had a bit of a blow from that news poll. They were 39. You get to 41, you're winning the election outright. Now they're down to 36 in one fell swoop after that policy. So it's not hard to join the dots. It's hard to do really courageous policy from opposition. Australians are very cautious about change.
Yeah. OK. The Prime Minister not going to NATO. Richard Marles going in his place. Peter Dutton suggested this might be an example of perhaps him calling an early election. Jim Chalmers put that to him this morning. Says no, they're going full term still. At least they're operating under that proviso. Have you got any more information on that? Are they still going to go full term?
Well, there's no way they're going in September. There's a small chance they go at the end of November, early December, but it's more likely they'll go next April, I reckon, and May's full term. Look, put it this way: if they accept that conditions are such that they can only win minority government, wouldn't you hang on to your majority for as long as you can?
Yeah. Yeah.
And if it does become a hung parliament next time, that means it's probably only 2 terms. Well, why rob yourself of 6 months out of 6 years?
Yeah.
I think that's the way they're thinking at the moment. I think the budget was set up with an early election potentially in mind. And also when they did the stage 3 tax cuts changes in January, they were thinking about an early election as well. But since then, the inflation has persisted. And now it looks like a rate hike instead of a rate cut, or at least rates to remain the same. So what's the point in going early? There's no good news to go with. That won't necessarily get you a better result.
Yeah, maybe their good news is the fact that the coalition is wobbling a little bit. Andrew, we'll leave it there. Good to see you, though. We'll talk to you, as always, again soon.